yes. Hello everyone, and welcome to another Wednesday evening. Here with me, DJ Bluecore. Today's mix, it's a mix called The Magic CandyLand. Recorded first back in 2008. So you will for sure hear some good classic one in this mix. The first track out is a tune from Breeze and Styles and it's called Sonic, released on Rave Baby. And like always, I have prepared a Swedish word and sentence for you, and I will bring it down in about halfway through the mix. This Friday it's the Swedish midsummer, so the Swedish word it has something to do with that. Yes, it's T. Thornley. This is for sure a great tune. A tune from Brisk and Fade featuring Kelly, and it's called New Sensation. A classic one released on Next Generation Records. Remember this classic one from Dougal Gammer featuring Lisa Marie, Tell Me a Story, released on Essential Platinum Records. Here we go.
in my mind of a paradise I long to find. But will it make anything alright? If I'm not wrong and I must be right, just as day must follow night, I climbed a mountain to your heart. I long to hold you from the start. The rain falls down but the sun still shines. As you smile you start to cry, so I wipe the teardrops from your eyes, 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 from your eyes.
This mix that is called Magic CandyLand was released first back in 2008, many years ago. Tune I'm playing right now, it's a tune from Ultrabeat versus Darren Styles and it's called Paradise and Dreams, and this is the Recon remix.
If I'm not wrong and I must be right, just as day must follow night, I climbed a mountain to your heart. I long to hold you from the start. The rain falls down but the sun still shines. As you smile you start to cry, so I wipe the teardrops from your eyes. There is so much to
this tune from Dougal Gammer, I Beefed Her, is probably one of my favorite instrumental hardcore tracks of all time. One of them, anyway. And now it's time for the middle of the show. And I think you all know what that means. It's time for this week's Swedish word. And like I said earlier, this Friday it's an Swedish högtid, like you say in Sweden. They're called midsommar. But this week's Swedish word is små grodorna. And that means little frogs. And that's also a track that you sing when you dance around the midsommarstång. You can use this in a sentence like små grodorna är lustiga att se. And that means little frogs are funny to watch. This is really a very important sentence that you have to know when you come to Sweden sometime. Små grodorna, little frogs. To move into the harder styles. This is a track from Brisk Vagabond and it's called Punchdrunk. Also released on Next Generation Records. You're tuned into DJ Bluecore live from Gothenburg, Sweden. If you like the tracks that I'm playing, feel free to drop me a follow on Twitch or YouTube or maybe both. I'm always live every Wednesday, almost every Wednesday.
product of my environment. I want my environment to be a product of me.
Rock the floor, experience the hardcore.
that you never been before.
This is a Makina hardcore track from Ray and Suly, and it's called Oclusion. The mix is slowly coming to its end. It's one more track after this one. But I can take the Swedish word once again now. The Swedish words is små grodorna. That means little frogs. You can use this in a sentence like små grodorna är lustiga att se. And that means little frogs are funny to watch. Very important words and sentence when you come to Sweden and are going to dance around the midsommarstång, midsummer pole. Last track out for this mix is a classic one from Brisk and Trixxy, and it's called Eyeopener, and this is a Scott Brown Earcloser remix. If you want to listen to the mix again, it will be uploaded at YouTube afterwards. Also check out my Mixcloud page, there you can listen to some of my mixes without my voice over it. will be back next Wednesday, same time, with another mix. Feel free to drop me a follow on Twitch or YouTube. Well, I will see you all back next week.